and then I'm going to dig in. So basically, I kind of shared a little bit about like what I kind of have a vision for about these, our little team calls. And I will be here every Tuesday at 7:30. So whoever shows up is here. And if nobody shows up, I'll just record what I have to share and then you can watch it later. It might just be me some days, and that's okay. I have a feeling that that's maybe how a bunch of people start. But one of the things that I'm really learning lately is if you want to start something, you just have to kind of do it, right?
Right.
So, so while we're small and while it's just, like the 5 or 7 of us that are here, I'm just going to leave everybody unmuted for now, just so we can kind of dialogue. And if anything comes up, please stop me, like wave at me or just yell or something, and we'll get started. It was really funny. I was thinking about like what I wanted to just kind of share, and I'm super excited about this type of like setup, because I feel like like messaging is great, and it's great, a great way to get out information, but I also want to be very personal and very like one-on-one, and I want to do that as much as possible. And I just really like this setup. So I hope that it is, I hope that it like feeds y'all as well. I was thinking about talking about posting, which you are doing an awesome job with, by the way. I can tell that you're like picking it up and trying to do like multiple posts, and that's really, really great.
Thank you.
That is really great. So I was going to talk about posting more, and then just like a little bit about personal development, and then like throw in some little announcements and stuff. But the more I thought about it today, and the more like I was digging into my personal development today, I was like, I think that's just what we need to focus on. So I want to talk about that. First of all, make sure you know about, we talked about the group that's starting up on Monday, the 27th. So if you've been inviting or have had people that have been buying challenge packs, and if they have already ordered at this point, they can go ahead and jump in on there, because when you get your challenge pack, you get the 30-day trial of the Beachbody On Demand. So they'll be able to have that. They'll be able to have that workout program at least, and they'll have the meal plans once I open up the group and plug them in. The meal plans will be there. So they'll have their meal plans and their workout already set. And then they might have to wait a few days on Shakeology, but sometimes it's really surprising how quickly those shipments go. So a few days out, like even today, like if someone were to place an order today or tomorrow, I would even say that would be okay. They might just have to like kind of catch up with the Shakeology itself. Just so that you know the timeline for that. The time, like I went ahead and posted on our Boundless page, pinned I just kind of copied and pasted, since I followed that Dream Big calendar. Mm-hmm. I went ahead and pinned that. And so if you've seen that on your computer, and then you have to click on it for it to actually come up on your phone, if you're on your phone on that. But that's just a good way for us all to be on the same page, and you always know when a group is coming up. There might be a few extra little like free groups that they're running that we might not, but I will always talk about, you will always know when the major, like the 21, or she does the 30-day groups, but when the big groups are coming up, if you're wanting to follow that same schedule.
Okay.
Who's joining us by phone? I just see a phone number.
That's me, Jill.
Hi, Jill. I'm so glad you're here.
Hi.
Okay, so I'm going to dig in. I'm going to dig into the meat of what we were going to talk about, just so we make sure and have enough time to talk. I want to talk about personal development. And this is something because this is something that I found out about, when I first signed up as a coach, and found out it was an important thing, and something that I needed to be doing. And then really quickly found out that it is one of the vital behaviors, passed down to us. And it's one of the things that we need to be doing no matter what. But more important than that, like I really just feel like so much growth has happened in my own life from coaching, like the lessons that I've learned, and the things that I've kind of been exposed to, and just even if it's as simple as just like doing something, even if you are completely scared of it, just those disciplines that you learn and those things that you kind of pick up along the way, not just from other people, but like just from you digging in and learning yourself. So I think I told y'all before that I'm reading Get Over Your Damn Self right now. I'm almost done with it. It's terrible. It's like kind of shameful how slow I am at reading it, but I'm kind of digesting it, and I can't read too much at one time because it's just so good.
Yeah.
This is going to be, I think I love this so much that do what?
I'm on chapter 3.
Yes. Awesome. So I just love it so much. It's just such a practical and really great tool. But she talks about, I am in what page? Chapter 14. Yay. Say yes to personal development. So she even talks about, like, this is not just a Beachbody thing. She says, it's essential that you spend some time every day filling your brain with positive, insightful things to help you be a better you. Your business will likely succeed or fail because of what's between your ears. And I was like, whoa. And how often do we get caught up in our insecurities or our fears, or just being worried that we don't know enough about like a specific thing? Like, I don't know all the ingredients in Shakeology, and I don't know, like how many minutes this specific workout routine on size is, or, and we're so afraid of not knowing something that it paralyzes us. Well, maybe this book isn't going to tell you what all the ingredients are in Shakeology, but it's going to give you, if you ingest that, that confidence is going to be built, and just that knowledge base, and like, hey, I can really do this. And this is something that is important, and it's something that I can actually do. Like, it's empowering to just feed your brain. And I think we don't talk about that enough. And so I want that to really be something that is part of our culture and our team specifically. But she also talks about in that same, this is a different topic-ish, but I was like, hey, this could totally fit in this one too. You've heard about the oxygen mask, like when you're on your airplane. Have you heard that analogy?
Yeah.
Like, you can't help somebody if you don't put on your oxygen mask first. So if you're not feeding yourself, you can't feed someone else. If you can't pour out of an empty cup. Yeah. So whether it is a book or a podcast or an audio book or something, you can multitask is the wrong word. What does she call them? Multipliers? She calls them multipliers, where you like listen to something while you're putting on your makeup, or doing something mindless that you're going to do anyway, and you're not really going to have to think, like folding clothes or washing dishes or something like that. Literally like 10 minutes or just like a couple pages before you fall in bed at night, like asleep. You're going to be amazed at what it does. And I did not put enough emphasis on it right away, like in my coaching business and this venture that I'm on. I didn't, and I'm learning now that it's something that's really, really important. So put on your own oxygen mask, read your personal development. If you have a struggle, that's probably a really good place to start. Like if you're struggling with confidence, or if you're struggling with that, like, I don't know, procrastination, I think I have Eat That Frog. That's the one about procrastination. Just doing, getting your job done. Those kind of things. Like, if you have trouble with something and you don't know, like, hey, I want to grow in this area because I know that it can help me in life, not just in Beachbody, but in life. There's a book for that. I'm almost positive. So that is my PD, my personal development spiel. Does anybody have any questions about personal development? Who just joined? Someone else joined us on phone. I know you're here, Jill.
Hey, Martha, it's Liz.
Hi. I thought that might be you. Awesome. I'm so glad you're here. So that's personal development. I love that the three of us right now are all reading the same book. That's so great. So I'm super excited about that. Please let me know if you need any like suggestions or help finding something or that kind of thing. if I don't know, I can definitely find out for you what you can read if you're struggling with that. I have a hair in my mouth. The other thing that I want to talk to y'all about besides personal development is just since I don't know, I got to thinking about that. I don't know that I really have talked that much about Emerald and going Emerald, especially going Emerald early in your coaching career. Let's see, I went Emerald in October, like during the month of October. So within a month of like, I hit Emerald, and that was just because like I was one of those, I am an Emerald personality, like the personality gyms. I am an Emerald. So if you tell me like, here's your list of things to do and this is how you do it, like that's the best way for me to get something done, is to be like, these are the steps you need to take. And if you do that, so I literally went to Kristen and I was like, okay, I want to do this by this time. What do I do? And she told me, this is what you do. This is how many people you invite every day. And this is how, and I did, like, I just did it. I said, okay. And I did it. And then I got to Emerald within a month. So I wanted to just kind of talk to you about why that's important just a little bit. There's a lot of things that kind of don't make sense right now. And there's honestly a lot of things that I feel like I want to learn more about. Like, I don't know as much as I want to about volume and how all that works and how that equals out. I have a grasp of it enough to like, for it to make sense, like why I do things. And leads and that kind of things. But those two things, volume, which leads to cycling. So your cycle bonus. So that is literally money that they give you here. Like, you're not really, I mean, it's not something that it's not a commission where this is from a sale. Like it's a residual income. It is something that you get, a bonus. So between the cycling and getting leads, those are two things that you do not qualify for until you reach Emerald. And those are things that can really do a lot for just for your business, for those first goals that you have to cover your Shakeology, or put some money aside for a date night, or a little bit of extra money for shopping, or whatever it might be for you. So Emerald is as simple as you plus 2. So when you're looking at your downline, it's you at the top, and then you have a coach here and a coach here, and they're both active, and so are you, and you're Emerald. So that can be a spouse, that can be your sister or your mom or your brother, or just your best friend, or someone that's close to you that is wanting to be supportive of you and wants to help you out. Those are great people to start out with. It's someone that you want to be as close to you in the genealogy line as possible, because what they do is so they don't have to be someone that works a business. Like, they can be a discount coach, or like I have a discount coach that started out was my first, and then my second was my husband. A friend of mine was my first coach, and then my husband was my second. And I work Matt's business for him. And right now I'm building him to diamond so that I can get star diamond and that kind. So I'm building his. So as the closer you get, the more people, like when I start putting people under him, like coaches and customers, when I start assigning him people, then that also helps me, because it builds my volume up on that leg, which gives me the volume to kind of, balance out. And that leads to the cycling. So so that's the importance of getting Emerald. I don't know if that's really something that has been touched on very much. Next week in our team call is the team call for next Tuesday, like the Big Dream Big one, is a getting started right call for new coaches. So that's definitely something that y'all can tune in on. And I think I tagged everybody on that in the Dream Big page. For as long as you've been a coach, or if you've been a coach for weeks, months, days, like that's a great place to get the basics. And they will talk about cycling, and they will talk about the importance of going Emerald as quickly as possible, so that you can get that cycling bonus started. And so you can also start getting leads, which are near and dear to my heart, especially because they brought me Miss Elizabeth Lopez. So, and that is literally, a lead is literally a person that Beachbody gives you as a customer. When you hit Success Club 5 as an Emerald, you get a lead but not the commission off of that lead, if that makes any sense. And then when you hit Success Club 10, then you actually get a paid lead, if that makes any sense. So, and that's another reason why Success Club is also a very good thing. Besides the fact that there's incentives for those Success Club times when you reach Success Club. They give really neat, I got a Shakeology canister, like the airtight, the big plastic, like heavy duty. I got a soggy bobblehead, like from Hammer and Chisel. The girls are scared of him, but they think he's funny. Emerald is important. It's something that you can do very, very quickly. U+2, not a big deal, not a hard thing at all. Someone that you love, that loves you and wants to support you, 2 people, you and 2. Are there any questions about Emerald? So that is definitely something that you are, like anybody, like I said, it was just a few weeks for me. And then the next step, you just keep moving forward. And really, it's funny because like something that I just recently have been learning and have kind of tried to, along with my simplification mantra that I've adopted recently, that's the way to move your business forward. Every month you go Emerald. Like I literally, that's my goal. Every month is to go Emerald again. Like to add 2 people, add 2 people, add 2 people, add 2 people. And you learn where to put them, and like we can talk about that, and I can help you with that in my limited understanding of placement, but we can talk about placement. That is not an issue right now. I just want you to know what is possible and what is totally doable and well within grasp of y'all. So if there are no questions about Emerald, do y'all have any questions about anything? Inviting, any questions about the group? Like I said, I think I said that I'm opening the next 21-day group tomorrow. And so I will be adding all of y'all first. So as soon as you get that notification that you're added, you can start adding your people. I'm going to change some stuff up. I've been getting some feedback that people were like, I felt like this group was a little bit slower. I feel like there was a cut, like the last group, and I think maybe even the one before that was super like energetic most of the time. This one kind of was a little bit quieter, which is just totally what it is. Like they're going to be all different kinds of groups and all different kinds. It just depends on like the dynamics of the people. And, but I have noticed that content isn't everything. You don't always have to do like the new big flashy pictures and everything like that. Like that's not important, but I realized that I've been using a lot of the same material a lot. And so I'm working to change some things up. So be looking for that. I'm going to implement the app, my challenge tracker app. I just opened that like in my portal, and I haven't sent out any invitations, but that will be part of the welcome. Like once I do add people to the Facebook group, I'm going to tell them, here's our Facebook group. We're going to post in here. This will be the normal thing where you post and you check in and all that. But if you're interested in having this app, that it's really simple. You log your shake, you log your workout, and it keeps track of it for you. And I will also be posting in there as well because it acts a lot like Facebook. There's a few things that I want to get figured out and straightened out, but that's going to be an option. And that will be just as viable as keeping track. I will also make sure that the food journal posts get there as well. So if people don't want to be on Facebook, people that aren't on Facebook a lot can also have just that quick little app. And I've used it for a health bet where you actually have to keep track, and they like corporate keeps track of how many, like as long as you do so many shakes and so many workouts during the month, then you get part of the pot. Like it was a big $2,000 pot and that kind of thing. So I used it then. That was really kind of a really quick thing, not really a full up challenge group. So I'm really excited about that. So be looking for that. And if you have any questions about that people are asking, feel free to ask me. It's pretty straightforward. And y'all will get the invites as well so that you'll know what everybody's seeing. And I will probably be adding y'all as coaches on that as well so that y'all can post if you need to. Any questions about anything?
Yeah, hey, Martha, sorry. I feel weird talking to y'all and not having the video.
I know, I can't see you. I can hear you though.
Okay. So I was wondering, I am currently running into a lot of, when I'm doing my invites, a lot of people already have already had the Beachbody or have already done programs or Shakeology. And how do you continue like the invite when they've already done it before, even if they haven't like continued with it for a while?
That's a good question. So if they are familiar with Beachbody, if they've done a program in the past, or if they have a program now, because I've done the same thing where you're starting to ask people about questions and, oh, well, I have this, like I love T25 and, or I have T25, but I haven't used it in a year or something like that.
Yep.
All the way over to, I've tried Shakeology before, but it's been a really long time. Or that kind of thing. What I like to do is first I ask lots of questions. I ask them if, like, what did you like about it? What worked, what didn't? Were you in a group? Like, were you a part of a challenge group? This is what we do in a challenge group. Does that sound like something that you would like to do? If they already have a program, I do require Shakeology because it's part of the package. Like, it's part of the results that you're going to see.
Yep.
So does that answer your question?
Yeah. No, and that's good too, because I feel like at least this past week, everyone I've chatted with, since a lot of them are, military affiliated, like at one point or another, they've already like been contacted about it, and it could have been a year or two since they've used it. But I just don't know how to like ask how they wanted to continue, or if they wanted to start up without. I just didn't know how to like word it.
Yeah. Just like, I mean, you can ask them if they worked with a coach before, if they are still in contact with that coach. Have they placed an order recently? Because I mean, if they're like, hey, my coach, like I just bought it from her and I didn't really do a group or whatever, and I don't really have like use, like I'm offering my services to you as kind of this accountability / support for you, and I would love to have you in a group. And this is what we do. If they already have Shakeology, if they already have a program, I'm like, okay, well, you got all the tools, but here's how we're really going to use them. Like, make sure that they know that this is something that we're going to be like every day. This is what we do.
Yeah.
And if they don't have one of those pieces, that's when I'm like, okay, let's get you let's get you all of the tools that you need to make sure that you're going to be successful and get to your goals that you need, and like really talk to them about those goals and let them know like, hey, this is how we can get you there. I'm not just trying to sell you a bunch of stuff. Like, this is legitimately like, it's this way for a reason, and these people have set up this system for this reason. But if they already have all the tools, I go ahead and let them join. And if they want you as their coach, you can use that transfer, the customer transfer form in the back office. So,
and I've done that twice with some of my friends, and they were in this last group. We transferred them over to me.
Yeah. And then if it's within 14 days of an order, you can transfer the commission and the volume of their last order. If it's without that time, if it's outside of that time, then that transfer, that volume and commission won't transfer, but their next order will come directly to you, as opposed to like if they're under a coach, like when they place an order, if they're still under a coach, even if they order from you, that it'll still show that person is still their coach. And so that's why I always ask, especially if they start talking about like, hey, I've done this before, I've had this, or I have like 3 bags of Shakeology in my pantry, which I just cannot understand. But it happens. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
No, it did. Thank you.
So we've got about 5 more minutes. Is there anything else that anybody was wondering about, or anything you're struggling with, or anything that you need answered? Or I'm really excited about this setup. Jill, are you doing okay?
I am. I'm doing good.
Good. Good. How is I know y'all are, your move is ever before you and craziness.
Yeah. About a month and a half out.
Oh my goodness.
So.
Awesome. Well, you keep hanging in there. I know that's like all anybody could ever say. Like, it's just, you just know. Oh my goodness. Well, there's lots of exciting things in front of you, I know, but life happens. But people are going to be really impressed, and they're going to notice when you're consistent in the midst of the life happening. And that's when they see that it's doable. And you never know when you're going to have a potential coach watching you, like, hey, this, if she can do it, so can I. And, just showing up and being consistent and doing what you say you're going to do really does speak volumes. I was telling Liz Jackson, we were talking about this, I think it was a few weeks ago when we were talking, and I was sitting out in my car when I was going to lunch with somebody or something like that. I was meeting for coffee or something. We were chatting, and I was able to share with you that, like, I know so many people said so often, like, just hang in there, just keep doing it. I know it doesn't seem like anything's happening right now, and everybody's just telling you what to do, and you don't really see the fruit of your labor so much yet. But I feel like where I am right now, coming up on a year and a half, almost 2 years now, like I'm actually getting to like see that. It's kind of weird that I'm like one of those people that's like saying that now. I'm like, I remember when people were telling me that, and I was like, yeah, that's really nice, and that's easy for you to say because you're not new. But like, so I never want to lose sight of that. And so I want to make sure that y'all know that y'all can ask me anything, like I said before. Really and truly, like, I can legitimately say, like, if you hang in there and you keep doing these things, you read personal development, even when you're like, well, this stinks and it's just 10 minutes. Like, what's 10 minutes going to do? That kind of thing. But if you're feeding the brain and you're inviting and you're drinking your shake and doing your workout and you're doing that recognition, like, those are the 4 vital behaviors for a reason. So you're going to get there if you just keep trucking, I promise. So y'all are doing an awesome job. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. And I know we'll be talking before then, but we'll be here next Tuesday at 7:30, and we'll talk about something else. So be thinking, if you have any questions or any like specific topics, like, hey, I really want to know more about this, like, please feel free to share that either in a message to me or on our Boundless page or something. Like, that's our tool for a reason. That's y'all's. It's not mine. It's ours. So, awesome. Well, I'm going to jump off here, and we can go jump on the Dream Big page call, and we're going to hear about the Danny Johnson conference that people went to. So I hope to see you all there, and we'll be in touch. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Bye, ladies.
You too.
Bye.
All right, bye.